what we're going to do now is work on the word fetch. I'm going to find in the book where the author used the word fetch. Do you remember where it was?
No.
Well, I think it was in the beginning of the book where the children tell the boy that he has to go and get the ball. Where was that?
I think it was right there.
Where do you think it is? Ready?
Catch and kick.
Okay. Back here, it says, when the ball is kicked out, the kids tell Roberto, go and get it, and Roberto has to fetch it. Okay, so fetch means that you, in this story,
You
that,
go and get it.
exactly, that you go and get something and bring it back. When you're outside and playing with your dog and you have a stick in your hand and you throw it, what do you yell to the dog?
Fetch.
Fetch. Right, so you yell fetch and the dog goes and gets the stick and brings it back. If your mom wanted the mail, she might ask you to run out to the mailbox and fetch the mail. And that would be the same thing as telling you to go and get the mail and bring it back in. So now, yep,
I get the mail every day.
you do. So you fetch the mail for your mom every day. Maybe you should use that word with her.
Since we like to get the mail at our house, we actually like take turns. It goes my sister, my brother, then me.
Oh, so you take turns fetching the mail? Excellent. All right, now we're going to try to play this little game. I want you to tell me about a time when you had to fetch something and not the mail, okay? So you could start by saying, when I was, and then you tell me what you were doing, and I'm going to use the mail example again. When I was home after school, I fetched the mail for my mother. So could you stop and think about how you could use the word fetch? And if you're ready, you can just raise your hand and I'll listen for you. Yep, go ahead. When I
was at home, I left my jacket in the car, so I went to go fetch the mail.
Fetch
And
it.
my coat.
Okay, so what you said was when you were at home and your jacket was in the car, you went to go fetch your jacket from the car. That's right. Go ahead. You went to go get it, you fetched it. Go ahead.
I was home from school and I went in, I realized I left my backpack in the car, so I had to go and fetch it.
When she got home, she realized that she left her backpack in the car, so she went out to fetch her backpack. That's great. She went out to get her backpack and bring it in. She went out to fetch it. That's awesome. So can you tell me what's the word that means to go and get something and bring it back?
Fetch.
Fetch, that's right. Fetch means to go and get something and bring it back. Now I'm going to read some sentences to you and I'm going to ask you to tell me if I'm talking about fetching or if I'm not talking about fetching. Okay, so think about this. If you give somebody some of your popcorn at the movies, is that fetching?
No.
What is it?
Because you already have it, so you're giving.
You're giving, you're not fetching. Okay, now think about this. If your sister gives you money when you're at the movies to go up to the counter to buy popcorn to eat during the movie, are you fetching?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you actually run up and get it instead of you already have popcorn and you're like sharing.
Okay, so you have to go someplace and get something and bring it back, so you're fetching. Yes, if you have to go to the counter to get the popcorn, you're fetching it. Okay. If you ask your cousin to run to your room to get your sweater before you go out, is this fetching?
Yes.
Why?
Because you're going up, you're going to a place to get it, and then you're going back down
Okay, so
to
you're
give it to somebody.
you're going someplace to get something and you're bringing it back. You're fetching. Okay. Is fetch the same as toss?
No.
No? What does toss mean?
Toss means throw it to the person, then they just throw it back.
Okay, and fetch is not throwing. Fetch is going and getting something. And Do you think that if you were playing kickball, you could use the word fetch?
Yes.
How could you use the word fetch
Because
with
if
kickball?
he went out of bounds, you could tell someone, you could go and fetch it.
That's right. And that's what they told Roberto to do, but they weren't doing it in a nice way, right? Okay, well, we have read the story for the first time, and we have talked about the vocabulary words. You've done an excellent job scooping, and I'm going to give you those scoopers to take home with your pages to practice tonight. And I think you did a good job. So, do you think you did a good job?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think you guys worked really hard? And I hope that you're going to be able to stay awake for art when you go down there after this great work of art that you did here with the reading, okay? So,
I actually do like art.
I know, I like art too.
So do I.
We have a great art teacher. Okay, so that's it for now. When you come back, we're going to do something really great and exciting. And then tomorrow we have some activities to do with our book. Okay? See you later.